what I want to do, you know how we talk about the rubber band exercise? I want to make sure that in your trot that you have that going on, that you have this ability to say, extend 5 steps. It doesn't have to be, you know, I always do this on the circle with people. I do it honestly because it's a little harder, really. And you see the truth of it when you're a trainer, whether people have worked on this idea of the rubber band. If I were working with Michelle or a team rider, I know that in their day-to-day work that they do this work of, is this working well? Is this, everybody's hearing fine? Okay. Yeah, I couldn't really tell because I'm over here with it, but is it better now? Okay. So with team riders and everything, I many times assume that they're just like me and that we know to always be working on that. In the collection, we already know that the extension is there. And in the extension, we know that the piaffe is there on our high-level horses. And listen to this, you guys. Come on over here a little bit further. Listen to this, everybody that's listening here to this ring. The distance between the distance between the grandest collection and the greatest extension of a horse is, do you know what the distance is? The true distance? The true distance is the thought of the half halt that brings from the other. That's what the distance really should be. In other words, inside of the grandest collected trot, which is the most grand collected trot, would be a piaffe. If you collect it to its grandest place, would be the piaffe. It's trotting on the spot. And the greatest extended trot of the horse, inside of each should be the other. Do you get that? And that's why we see in the Grand Prix freestyles of these horses that are so amazing, we see the horse that does the extended canter to the pirouette. We see the horse that does extended trot, piaffe, passage, pirouette, you know, all of these things connected together to show off how beautifully trained the animal is to go from half halt to half halt, from one end of a spectrum to the other inside of each gait. And that's why we begin in our training, after we loosen and stretch and go over the back and get the horses stretching, the next part of the riding should be daily what we call the gymnasticizing of the animal and the figuring out whether we have this rubber band, whether we have this, can I collect, and within the collection, does he still think he's extending in his brain and in his desire? And while I'm extending, do I still believe that I'm a half halt away from and a thought away from this beautiful collecting? Now, with every horse at every level, we have to have our realistic expectation of what that is, obviously. But the great thing, Emma, is that right? The great thing, Emma Asher, yeah, right? And the great thing is, Emma, that as you go and you're clear on this every day with a great trainer like Michelle, it's always going to be always clearer and clearer in both your heads all the time. That clarity creates, what's really weird is simplicity, you know? It's just like, we don't think a lot of really weird, you know, well, and if I do this with it, I turn his ear to left, and we just think, is there extension in collection and extension? And am I getting this feeling that I'm not really having to think of so many things, but that I know that I can trust those things first and sit beautifully while I'm having those things, and that's what we're going to get now.